Hello dancers, I'm Dr. Divya Raghavan, and today I'm going to talk about a very common dance injury, and it's known as plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis is inflammation of the plantar fascia, and the plantar fascia is formed in the base of the foot, as you can see here. And the pain is usually felt in the bottom of the heel. So heel pain is what usually dancers come to me with. And when I assess them, I see that they have tightness in not only their arch, but also tightness in the calf muscles. So this usually happens in dancers who are not really taking care of their foot muscles. They're not keeping it strong, they're not keeping it flexible. Similarly, they're overusing their calf muscles by doing jumping movement and other quick movement, but not spending time in recovery by stretching and lengthening their calf muscle. Now, the common sign of this condition is early morning pain, and the pain is usually felt with the first few steps in the morning. So it's a little counterintuitive, right? Because the pain is caused by overactivity, but the sign is pain when you start walking, right? So that's why sometimes dancers feel that they have broken something in their heel, because even walking causes pain. But rest assured, if you are somebody who has plantar fasciitis, it can be treated with physical therapy and self-care. So let's talk about some self-care tips for plantar fasciitis. So the first stretch is the calf stretch. Keep one foot forward, one foot back with your hands on the wall. You're trying to stretch the back calf, so make sure the heel stays on the floor. Lunge forward till you feel a stretch in your back calf and hold the stretch for about 30 seconds. And you can go further into the stretch if you feel the muscle is getting looser. The second thing is the stretch for the arch. So you go from a calf stretch to then a plantar fascia stretch, just like that. So I went from my heel being down to then raising my heel up, but still keeping my toes on the floor. The third exercise is to use a towel and do arch strengthening. So this is how you're going to do it. Place the towel on the floor. Place your foot on the towel and try to create wrinkles in the towel by using your toe muscles, just like that. You'll see that a lot of people with flat feet have difficulty doing this exercise, because one of the things, if you go to a podiatrist, they would recommend is getting inserts in your shoes. And that's great, but that's a passive support. You really need to also get some active control in. So this is a great exercise not only for dancers with plantar fasciitis, but with anybody who has flat feet and wants to increase the strength of their arch muscles. The other exercise you can do without using the towel is to try and pick up marbles with your toes. Okay, so that's a great exercise as well. Now let's move on to the hip exercises. So the first exercise I'm going to show is the bridge exercise. This is for your gluteus maximus muscle. So go ahead and lie down on your back with your knees bent. Perform a pelvic tuck-in movement. Push down with the heels of your feet and raise your hips up. Hold this exercise for about 5 seconds and slowly bring it down. Let's do that again. Pelvic tuck, push down with your heels, raise your hip, hold it, and then slowly bring down. The next exercise is known as the clamshell exercise. For this exercise, you're going to lie down on your side with your knees bent and then do the pelvic tuck-in movement again. Raise your knee up, make sure you're not twisting your hip, hold it for a few seconds, and slowly bring it down. When you're doing this exercise, ensure that you're not twisting from your low back. This exercise is also to strengthen your gluteus maximus muscle. The next exercise is hip abduction. So straighten out the top leg, make sure that leg doesn't come forward and stays in alignment with your body, and go ahead and raise that leg about 40 to 45 degrees, just like that. Perform this exercise for 10 to 15 repetitions. If you are a dancer and are suffering from injury, then enroll in our Natya Rehab program today. For details, check out our website www.natyapt.com or email me at divya@natyapt.com.